Well, hello people, and welcome back to part 78 of Orchid Bay, our vanilla the Skylines build. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And we are back over at the golf course this week, because we have some naming to do. We have the Augusta National Golf Club, which was suggested by Lazarus Dangerfield, so thank you so much for suggesting, Lazarus. There's also some improvements to add to the Augusta Golf Course as well. Our wonderful patron and Discord YouTube member, BakeZA, suggested that we use some of the mid-century modern grass decals around the flags to create a bit of a green, which was a fantastic idea. And off the back of that, I also stumbled upon some of the concrete decals from mid-century modern, and these kind of work as like a nice little tee-off point, don't they? So we've added these around each of the courses now around the Augusta National Golf Club. And a really cool idea. I totally forgot about these assets. There's so many props that come with all the content creator packs. And everyone was also on board with adding in a clubhouse into the golf course, so that's what we're going to start with today before we get into the build. So Seaside Resorts is the obvious choice now with a few assets here. I reckon the Hotel Alair is probably possibly my go-to choice here, I think I like this one. I think we'll have that as our clubhouse, and we will... I guess we'll have some pathways up around the side of it, I think. Let's come into our grid. And we'll just connect them into the course. I think I'll be happy with that. And then we'll chuck some different trees around the clubhouse as well. Unfortunately, we can't get a path in there. That would have been perfect. We're definitely on board with having a Seaside Resorts asset serve as part of the sort of clubhouse, I guess, for the Augusta Golf Club. So really happy with that. We'll have our fencing up alongside. Now we can have that as the clubhouse and sort of where people chill out and drink martinis while playing a few rounds of the old 9 holes, I guess. Wonderful. But today, there's so many varied and sort of unique builds in Orchid Bay, isn't there? Like sports headquarters and golf courses and all the other stuff we put together over the last 77 episodes now. It's pretty insane, isn't it? How big the city is getting. And we have done a node count as well. No more water pipes in the city anymore. I have removed all of them, and we now sit at 89% of Orchid Bay's nodes left, which means we are in the final 10% of the city, which is a little sad, isn't it? I think it is. But we still got a little bit of ways to go yet. So with all the varied builds today, I just want to get back to some chill suburbia. We've got some space to fill here between our golf course and our sports headquarters, the Cougar headquarters, which now I look back at it, kind of looks like a miniature schnauzer, doesn't it? As opposed to a Cougar. But that's fine, that's fine. So I want to build a little bit more of a affluent neighbourhood here, in and around the regional airport, the access to the golf course, and just a sort of a nicer area to live over here, isn't it? So let's go ahead and start setting up some local roads. We will grab ourselves this one over here. So let's turn on our topography view and just sort of see what we're playing with. So we are on a hillside, which is going to be okay. And I'd also love to set up some sort of airport viewing park here as well. A part of this suburbia today. There's a really nice view to the airfield here. So we'll definitely factor that into the build as well, whatever we do around it. So let's come out with a little local road stretching out this way. We will keep our topography view on here, as I would like to try and respect it a little bit. Let's bring this up to the top, and then we'll start curving and following some of these contour lines. We're going to name this after one of our wonderful Patreon subscribers, wonderful Beth. Thank you for all your support, Beth. We will go for Beth Steel Hills over here. So setting this up, we'll definitely get some sort of little local roads coming off of it, but I'd love to set up a bit of a suburban sort of centre here. So let's have a little look at how this is going to form up. So we'll definitely have some tree line roads around here, and first of all, let's set up our kind of town centre. Now there could be an excuse to use some unique buildings here if we have any left that are appropriate for suburbia. I'm pretty sure we've used all the sort of smaller ones now. Yeah, the only ones left really are kind of like major ones, so these kind of belong in specific builds. Can't really get the Sphinx out here. It's not really the vibe I'm after. It's also forest brush away a little bit of this landscape too. Cool. So this town centre is going to have a really prominent view right across the whole district, isn't it? It's going to be super nice. So if we're not going to use unique building in the town centre, why don't we go ahead and set up some tourism parks? We could do the old bridge. I really like this one. We can have this here. Or maybe, better yet, we can do the pond. I think we'll have the pond. I also wouldn't mind having a little bit of kind of luxurious pedestrianised commercial through here using some of King Lenovo's stuff. So let's do some sandstone with tree lining. And we'll wrap up our park here. We could even double up pond as well if we wanted to. How do I feel about the repeated pond asset in here? No, I'm not really feeling it. I think we'll go for some kind of luxurious sort of amenities, if you like. So why don't we try a community pool? Yeah, be a great place to come and swim, wouldn't it? Enjoy the view. Maybe even flip this around. I guess you can enjoy the view from this sun lounger, right? This lady right here, can she see? Very nearly. She just needs to move to the next seat over and she'd have a much better view. She can see the skyline right from that chair there. So we'll have the community pool. I'm pretty happy with that. And also see we're starting to slope off a little bit here as well, aren't we? So why don't we just push out this top layer that we're playing with, just so we can mount our town centre on top of it. So I'd also like to have a pedestrian area here as well, of course. So we'll specialise this as shopping malls, but I'd also like to give it a residential specialisation as well, which I think will go... I don't know, what do we not have a lot of? We've got a lot of mid-century modern. We've done this stylisation quite a lot over Orchid Bay. And we've also got quite a bit of green cities as well, but green cities is one of my favourites. I think we might do green cities in that case. It's particularly nice when it hits its level 5, doesn't it? Quite prestigious houses, which I think over here nearby to the golf course, it is going to have that. So we'll do a bit of green cities as well. I don't mind that. And let's go ahead and start zoning up some of those pedestrian roads. So we'll grab ourselves that pedestrian street again. Come up behind the service point itself. And then why don't we see if we can make a little sort of area here in the middle of the pedestrian area for sort of kids and recreation, etc. And then we can surround that with King Lenovo shopping mall stuff. So let's grab ourselves some general kid parks. There's tiny playground. How do you feel about this one? It does actually have a playground skin, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure. Does indeed. There we go. Of course, there's a playground from Park Life as well. So let's grab that one. We'll have this here. And then let's also do a trampoline park. We never use this asset. So let's have that one there. Do we have anything else that's kind of kid related? Because of course the piggy train is always a favourite, isn't it? I think we always appreciate seeing the piggy train come out. So why don't we have piggy train there as well? We're just going to have to bear with the amusement park tiles. There's not a lot we can do about them. Wonderful. And let's also upgrade. Let's just delete that one for right now. And then we'll have our commercial zoning start coming in here. So let's hook in the local road here into the network so people can actually arrive at the shopping centre. That one will come straight down over there as well. Just extend all these connections where it makes sense, and then we can do some more local roads here where the housing will sit. So we'll treat this as our kind of town community centre. Wouldn't mind a pitch over here as well. Why don't we go for some sports venue stuff? We don't have a lot of Aussie rules football, do we? In Orchid Bay? I don't think at all, actually. I think everything else is cricket and football and American football, isn't it? Pretty sure it is, especially over here. Biffers Gardens is all cricket as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have much Aussie rules football at all. Let's do Aussie rules then. Try and make this suburb over here a little bit different. And we'll feed this road down here as well. Let's bring it out of this one here. Fabulous. And then we can wrap up our Aussie Rules football pitch here as well. Probably upgrade a little bit of the parking around here that isn't tree lined, or the roads that aren't tree lined into wide sidewalks so people don't park on them. And we'll create some parking facilities for this area. Cool, yeah, so lots of this sort of very fancy King Leno Mall stuff always goes down well for a more affluent theme, I think. We'll have this run all the way through here. And now we need to decide exactly where our suburb is going to come to a close, probably through here, I imagine. So let's wrap up these guys here. We'll leave the road behind. Shouldn't disturb any of our zoning. And then we'll have that one there. And that looks like a pretty nice place for some car parking for people to arrive in the town centre. Always nice, you know, we can be so creative in vanilla city skylines these days with all the assets we have, but just coming back to some simple suburbia designs every now and again just remind you how fun this game really is. I'll do a space center next episode because I know I want to definitely make sure we get the space center in before the nodes cap out, which we will do. I think we're going to put it over here now. And maybe an excuse to finally fill some of this space over here. Nearby to the water, we'll do the space center. Very dramatic scenes of the rocket blasting off from this scene as well, isn't it? And I'm really going to miss Orchid Bay. I've thoroughly enjoyed building on the Bay of Rivers map. Sid I did an absolutely wonderful job of it. It's so nice. Cool, but this isn't too bad at all. This is quite nice. Enjoying this little town centre here. Let's go ahead and upgrade those trees on the pedestrian pathways to something a little more posh, a little bit silver birch perhaps. I think I can get on board with that. Also run another one down here as well. And do we want to do some more parking? I realise we're on a slope here. This might look a little more awkward. It definitely does look awkward, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's just correct those terrain heights because I don't want that slope parking. There we go. That should be a little friendlier toward the parking skin now. I guess let's see if we move that over a tile. We can have 3 in there, can't we? A place where you can park right next door here and then just pop out your car into the pedestrian zone. I'm quite happy with that. And a little extra commercial there either. Very nice. And I think here as well be quite cute. Get some of those in. I think with the space in the middle, we will feed some... We could probably concrete plaza this up actually, couldn't we? Why don't we have a look at that and then put in some nice sort of planters and benches to create a little detailed square. So we will... Well, then again, I'll make sure we don't concrete over the playgrounds though. Let's do that there. Yeah, that way the bottom of the playground doesn't turn to concrete. And then we'll just come into the grid snap with our regular vanilla gravel roads. Just like that. And then we can do lots of cute little detail in here with benches and plazas and stuff and make a proper sort of like open concrete plaza surrounded by all these amenities and shops. It's pretty good for vanilla. Pretty crazy how much the game was missing that concrete surface painter, wasn't it? It makes such a difference to areas like this. Wonderful. So that's nice. Let's map out some roads now so we can start getting some housing in. I'd love to see some people moving around here. The roads that come out of the town centre will just be regular ones. Cool, so that gives us some local roads where we start bringing in some zoning now. I do want to be pretty specific about how these grow up, so we'll do 4 deeps on each lane until everyone starts coming in. Now let's go for this side as well. Imagine these guys will probably want some services over here as well at some point. We'll have a look at that. Well, we've got this design here. I feel like this would be appropriate for something, maybe a little trip down to the airport viewing park now. I actually wonder we want to factor in a little layer of height here that might be quite cute actually, because we're on the elevation. If we were to extend this one out, and then we can treat this little sort of plinth of land here as the airport viewing deck, might be pretty cool. Why don't we give that a try? I think we'll stick with the pedestrian road. Let's go ahead and grab some. I guess we'll stick with sandstone. We'll stick with game. I don't think there's a need to have it change at all. So if we were to do this, I think we will temporarily break that one because I'd like to really accentuate that layer. Well, let's first of all actually put in those viewing decks. Now, I think the nature reserve ones are best placed for this. So place that there. Let's certainly forest brush a little bit of those trees away that are near the airport fence as well. Just take all those out. How about that? But then you kind of come down here and arrive at the very cool airport viewing platform, which gives fantastic views of the airport and of course the rest of the Orchid Bay vista. You can even see the temple all the way over there on the hilltop. That's super cool. And the well, the opposite sort of sister build to that as well, the scientific research facility there. You can just about see the radar dish. Very cool. What else can we see from here? See the radio mast in Sharon, I think that is over there, isn't it? Where are those wind turbines? Where are you? Oh, you're the ones next to the zoo. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What else can we see? Probably just about seeing Imperator's Air Force Base from here, maybe. Yeah, we see the helicopters coming and going from it too. So, either way, fantastic view across the city, right? This would definitely be a really cool thing to come visit. So, let's have... I guess we'll just have a road, then let's do two either side of the central one. And then we'll treat that as the sort of viewpoint park, I guess. Now, let's grab the height here, and I'd love to really accentuate it against all these pedestrian roads. It kind of feels like you're walking along this little like sort of slither of land that comes out to the viewpoint. Make that a real strong feature of the suburb here. Something like that. It'd be nice if it was a little deeper, but I think I can live with that. And then you can come straight across. Real. But I'm not sure I really like that. Actually, I'm not sure we even want to maintain that road. We just want to let it break there. It does look a little weird, I suppose. I think we will. We'll just go onto our angle snap and weave it around. And like that, I think. And then can we re-slope here? There we go. Sort of change up the shape of the land here a little bit. And then I reckon some Orchid Bay overgrowth. Quite welcome around here too. Maybe get some rocks down here. And the perimeter fence of the airport. Fantastic. We'll get some detail around here as well. Maybe a little cafe too. From this point to also enjoy the view. Very nice. Definitely drive up to Steel Hills, wouldn't you, just for that? So you got so I'll click on that bird. I meant to click on the building. Didn't want to click on the bird. You guys are annoying me though. You should not be growing in this direction. Please turn around onto the pedestrian street. We'll wait to draw that road until that happens. But yes, people aren't growing here. So we've also got crime at the Cougar National Headquarters. So let's have a look at some policing services. Let's go for... yeah, I don't want to too dominant a building here. Then again, if that sits and fits, do we go for that one? High capacity. A little bit overkill, isn't it? Yeah, that's it's too big. It's too big. Let's do something smaller then in that case. These are all the same size, really, aren't they? I guess we can just have the regular vanilla police station here. The European one, at least. Yeah, we'll have that there. Let's give these guys some fire service as well. We don't have any major fire service over here, do we? Apart from the one actually by Cougar National Headquarters. we'll have our fire depot bit here, just on the corner, I think. Be quite nice, won't it? There we go, someone's going in. But check out the view. Very nice. Love to see that. Oh, that's so cool. I love seeing people use the amenities that I build for them. Wonderful. Do you guys also want some smaller parks as well to help you grow? I guess the old dog park is a strong favourite, isn't it? Let's have dog park there. We'll start zoning up some more space around here as well. A bus service through here also seems a good idea, doesn't it? And since we do have buses running up to the Cougar district, it's going to make sense, I think, as well to have them come stop over here, isn't it? So why don't we upgrade some of our pedestrian roads into bus roads? Let's grab the sandstone with bus only. So if they're coming out of the district, they can come down here. And then I guess we could just get them to stop here. That would also work. Or we could actually feed them through this district as well. Yeah, why don't we try that? I think we'll upgrade a couple of sections of this into bus. It's going to have to change up the texture of the district too, isn't it? And then we'll grab... Oh, there we go. One of those bus stops. Let's go. So on its way into the suburb, it can come via this area over this way. And then when it comes back out, it's going to come back into the district and it can stop here. I'm pretty happy with that, I think. Yeah, that should still work. So we'll have some buses coming in here as well, which of course is going to feed people into the wider Orchid Bay transit network. We've got 200 people moving through this airport bus station now. That is appreciated. And this is all starting to grow up as well, which is what we like to see. Hopefully try and satiate some of the never-ending residential demand for Orchid Bay. Because it literally just never ever goes down. But we very rarely build residential these days anyway, so... to be expected really, isn't it? Cool, looks like this road... well, the buildings have grown now, so we can bring this road back together. And I think we'll do that one as well. Just have to let that person lose his house, that's okay though. Let that grow as a 4x4. I definitely want to maintain that forest boundary between the golf course and the industry over here as well. I don't really want this spilling into suburbia, so we'll make sure there's a little definitive woodland between the different areas here. Don't really want the oil area over here, the AHA petroleum refinery, to be visible. So we'll make sure all this remains very heavily forested. Pretty cool if you could see the golf course from here though. Yeah, you can just about see the course, can't you? Of course, if you're playing a few rounds of golf here, you'd certainly be able to see Steel Hills through the woodland as well. Imagine a lot of the golfers live in this sort of area. And I wouldn't be averse to the suburbs spilling out here. This just kind of feels like generic suburban space. I imagine we might save this spot for a live stream just when we need more population. Just expand out this sort of design. Just keep this as the center and let everything grow around all these cool builds that we've set up. But either way, just feel like a good point for detailing time lapse. Like I said, I want to set up also prop work in the center of the sort of, I guess, central town district here. And then getting lots more residential, some pathways knocking about as well to create walkability. And make a little cafe by our viewpoint, which is already drawing a ton of people, isn't it? Hopefully that's going to make our buses a little bit busier through this way as well. Should be nice. Bit of detail at the area, lots of tree work, some more local roads as well. And just enjoy some suburbia and chill as we continue to go out at the very southern part of Orchid Bay. Otherwise, let's do some detailing. And then we'll be right back. So there's currently a cougar patrolling the grounds of the cougar campus. How absolutely wonderful. Really cool that, isn't it? I'm sure it's avoiding the deer prowling through the grass and the hedge. Of course, it's natural predator, the Orchid Bay deer. Well, it stopped. There we go. Hopefully this one will stay around here. And there was a deer over here last time, but not sure where it's got to now. Oh my god, there's two of them now. Fantastic, look at that. One going uphill, one going downhill. Looks like this is the final refuge for all the cougars of Orchid Bay, isn't it? I wonder if there's a deer around here. I'm desperate to spot one. I'll have to wait and see. So either way, we're getting distracted. Good deeds in review, shall we? So, we'll start up in the town centre, where all of our green cities is grown up now and still continuing to level up. Into our little town/village centre, the buses are now coming in and picking up a nice amount of people. Of course, they're all headed back to the regional airport. Community pool, all little props through here and benches and stuff, and spaces to chill and sort of recreate data, sort of, well, a place to come with a day out with the kids. There's soft play and piggy trains and playgrounds and whatnot, and then quite luxurious shopping around here with lots of parking around as well. A little bit of a sort of outdoor mall space, isn't it? I'm always like combining King Lenovo shopping malls with plazas and promenades. It leads to some very nice builds all coming together like this. And then we all have the admin around the back of the street as well, which turned out pretty nicely. Then coming across to our viewpoint, it's been hedge lined in some nice overgrown rocks in the sunken areas, and no one would really walk. We come down here into a little cafe that has some tables out the front alongside some barriers as well, with some recycling bins at the back of the cafe and the toilets, and just a little airport apron down here as well to create that concrete space. And then lots of signage, I guess, just to almost like point out what exactly it is you're looking at. Really great views for the plane spotters to come here as well, and superb views across most of Orchid Bay, right up to the temple on the mountains on the other side of the map, and everything else that's in between here and there. A really nice sprawl. I love setting up viewpoints in the city, and there's so many nice ones around Orchid Bay now, especially on top of Mad Mountain, which we'll go to because you guys always ask to see the top of Mad Mountain. We'll go up here while we mention it. So nice 360 views from the top of here as well. Back to Steel Hills, of course, which we can see from here now. Yeah, really cool up here, isn't it? Although no one ever comes up here still. I don't think these assets have ever been visited once. People do not care for this park. They won't walk up it. I don't know why. It is a park area. There's even cable cars up here now as well. I think I've only ever seen one little girl walk up this hill. Besides that, people are just over it. They really don't care. But yes, anyway, you get distracted again with viewpoints across Orchid Bay, but then we arrive back at the suburb. Yeah, this whole little town centre district turned out really nicely, of course, with a pitch always welcoming here as well. And then we ended up removing quite a bit of the zoning around this outer sort of collector road that feeds on back onto the arterial that runs through the area. There's not much zoning on this, really, just here to help people move around. And lots more green cities, definitely happy with the green cities vibe. It's definitely kind of the more prestigious housing, I think even over mid-century modern, despite the fact those assets have a lot of pools on them. The green city is just look a lot more minimalistic, I guess. I really like green cities residential. And then you can see, especially from the Cougar Sports headquarters, just the flow of the suburb here as it kind of meanders up the hill. And there's one thing I've really enjoyed in Orchid Bay. It's been building on hillsides. Like I said, it's not the first time we've done it. You know, sort of Wingfall Hills over here is really hilly as well. And there's multiple different places across the map, especially around this side of the city where we built on hillside. And it's the same thing over here, you know. I really enjoyed the flow up the hill here. There's also a pathway linking into the Cougar campus, which is allowing some people to walk across a wonderful bit of elevated zoo path that crosses over the arterial. And it's really nice to start seeing this area of the map come together. But people crossing back over here as well. And then we come down here, we've got a little more commercial. Down the main street as a bit of an introduction into Steel Hills. Of a very affluent, nice, rich shopping suburb, isn't it? A little med clinic on the road there as well, where I imagine a lot of the wags get their plastic surgery done. A little post office, and then just some more green cities here to round out the suburb before we do hit the train line and then merge back onto the arterials, and then taking people back onto the highway. And this interchange, this one is actually in my 3 simple and easy vanilla interchange tutorials. And it's such a, it's like simple design, but it